When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. If you like this type of content, smash the like button and subscribe for future videos and updates that I do update regularly on my community tab. Now this is The Son of Brainiac, part 16. Let's continue where we last left off in our story. As you could see, Overhaul, known as Kai Kasaki, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Not really sure on that, but anyways, let's continue. In his office, in his secret headquarters, watching what broadcast is still broadcasting, with a worried expression on his face. All of his plans was thrown out the window. Deku single-handedly threw a wrench in all of his plans. Damn that Deku. My plans are ruined. At this rate, the Yakuzas won't last long. That bastard had his robotic killing machines wipe out a good portion of my men. I have no choice. Deku needs to be eliminated, but I can't accomplish that just by myself. Give me a second, guys. I believe an alliance is in order. Sir, who could we ally with? All for One is dead. I know very well the League of Villains Destruction. What League members are that wasn't massacred have aligned themselves with this Deku. But I'm not talking about the villains. I think it's about time me and Sir Night-Eye had a long expected meeting. Our meeting is well overdue. After all, how things currently are in this city, it doesn't matter if you're a hero or villain. This is not just happening in Japan, this is happening worldwide. A complete takeover of the planet. Overhaul made his way to pro-hero Sir Night-Eye Hero Agency, where Night-Eye is currently at, alongside with Nejire and a few other heroes like Eraserhead and a few others. Overhaul approached the Hero Agency and walked in. He was surprised there was no one on the ground level of the agency, so he activated the elevator to the top floor. The moment he exited the elevator on the top floor, went and turned into one of the rooms. All of the heroes in the room immediately noticed Overhaul. Eraserhead seeing this, immediately activated his quirk, deactivating Overhaul's quirk, and wrapped Overhaul in his capture tape. Relax, heroes. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to talk. Then talk, Overhaul. As you wish. The villain, known as Deku, have completely ruined my plans. Like he ruined everyone else's plans, including you heroes. The League of Villains has been decimated. The Yakuzas are almost completely wiped out. And you have lost a lot of heroes to that bastard, including All Might himself. Normal status quo doesn't exist. Deku made sure of that. If you haven't noticed, He's not just attacking Japan, he's attacking worldwide. I've watched this deku very closely. When he started making waves, when he first appeared, this is nothing but an invasion of the entire planet. This is about survival. Much as I hate to admit it, we need allies. Eraserhead, release him. You mad? He's a villain. Positive, Eraserhead. The normal status quo of law does not exist. The hero organization have received a crippling blow. And by the hands of Deku, All Might is dead, Endeavor is dead, several more high-ranking heroes are dead or missing. This is about survival. I would have to agree with Night Eye on this. Deku has been clearly planning this from the start. We need to regroup, find a secure location, and create a resistance. Still know nothing about the very advanced robots that's been rampaging around the city, killing anyone they come across. Hero or villain, even citizens are not safe. Deku seems not to care who gets killed. What Overhaul said is true. This is nothing but an invasion. Maybe he's even certain he even created them. Trust me, Azawa. He created them. I only saw his lab for a short period of time, but what I saw was very advanced. The likelihood of these killing machines were created by Deku is very high. We still don't know exactly what he's after. Razorhead finally let go of his capture tape, freeing Overhaul. I don't know what he's after exactly, but he's having several factories being prepared to be built. I'm guessing these factories are most likely being constructed worldwide for some reason. Overhaul, was it? I believe you're correct. An alliance would be in our best interest. Deku was watching the holographic image of the meeting between Overhaul and the heroes, while sitting on his black metal throne, with his right fist under his chin, and his elbow on the arm of the throne. Persistent little cockroaches, thinking they can build a resistance to challenge you. I'm counting on it, Master. You wanted this to happen. Of course I did. They were so kind to gather up together. Overall, clearly is not stupid. But he doesn't matter. I'm only after one of the humans, the girl, in the back. That's been very quiet. She goes by Nejire. I'm certain if that's her real name or just a hero name. It doesn't really matter. Once I have her in my grasp, I will shrink this city and add it to my collection. After I kill Overhaul, of course. I might like to play around with these humans. But this planet, this species, is just a stepping stone for a greater prize. As you know, my main objection is the main battery core from the Green Lanterns. If I can shrink their homeworld, that would be a plus. But it's not necessary. And don't forget, you're going to use the Green Lanterns to achieve your evolution. I can respect the planning you put into motion. You're powerful, smart, devious, and clever. and you have the abilities of a Kryptonian, among other things. There could be a chance that the League will find out about what you're going to do to the Green Lanterns, either after or during the campaign you're planning. They could do what they want. When the Justice League eventually finds out, it will be already too late for them to do anything about it. And by the time they finally become a problem, by that time, I should at least be equal footing. But I'm not 100% about it yet. It's hard to gauge Superman's overall strength. He's always been known to hold back. Unlike Superman, you are completely immune to kryptonite. That is true, but I would like to keep that ability hidden from the Boy Scout until the right moment. It's all about planning, what I've been told about Superman. He just uses his superior physical strength like a barbarian. No fighting technique, no strategy, just punching like a caveman. And I will exploit that very weakness severely. I don't know when or how, but Superman will die by my hands. Kal-El's time in this reality on Earth will end. The Justice League will die. What happens to the planet afterwards is none of my concern. But before that could happen, I need to move things along. Where are you going? Tartarus. There's someone I wish to meet. Deku opened a portal and stepped through it. When he came out the other side, he was on the empty street of the city. No civilians or humans in the area. In this part of the city, it's pretty much like a ghost town. Deku began to walk and took off his face guard mask covering the bottom part of his face. Is no longer required. So he put it in his pocket. When he finally approached the bridge that leads to Tartarus, several military vehicles halted his progress. Halt, villain. Your rampage stops here. The Japanese government had enough. You will be executed immediately. Open fire. Deku did not move, as the bullets bounced off his skin and dropped to the floor harmless. You're gonna have to do a lot better than that. Humans. A tank came rolling forward in front of Deku and immediately shot out a round. Deku caught the shell of the main cannon from the main gun of the tank with one hand and threw it back at the tank, destroying the tank, making all the soldiers' eyes widen. Deku's eyes began to glow a emerald green as Deku shot out his green heat vision into every single human on the long bridge, using his heat vision like Omega beams, killing everyone at once. No longer any resistance can be seen. He made his way across the bridge, just calmly walking. When Deku finally arrived at Tartarus, the maximum security prison for villains was in his view. He saw several humans, prison guards, standing guard in front of the large metal gate, separating the public to the prison grounds. Deku noticed the humans were holding rifles, but they're constantly shaking their hands, trying to hold a firm grip on their weapons. They weren't threatening in the least towards Deku, but Deku could sense the fear coming off these humans. Deku just killed them instantly with his heat vision. All 5 of the prison guards, dropped to the ground. Deku cocked his hand backwards, then threw a powerful punch as the steel gate shot into the prison and destroyed one of the smaller buildings that was used for storage, as alarms start to go off instantly as the guard sniper towers immediately open fire, but their shots from their sniper rifles begin to ricochet off of Deku's skin into nearby buildings or nearby prison guards in the area. Deku looked up to one of the guard towers and extended his aim as his palm extended forward at the medium-sized tower as a green beam of energy shot out the palm of Deku's hand, completely vaporizing the top level of the sniper tower, killing everyone inside instantly. Deku proceeds to repeat the process to all of the sniper towers. That is in his current view, with his green energy that he's able to produce out of his hands. Honestly, he could use this energy in different ways. He doesn't need to release it in the palm of his hand alone, but that's a story for another time. Deku started to exterminate any human on the ground level of Tartarus. After making sure no life signatures were on the ground of the prison, Deku used his X-ray vision to see one of the buildings has an elevator that's connected to the lower levels of Tartarus, to the actual prison itself, deep underground. Under the vast ocean, the Tartarus itself on the ground level, on this large island, is just for show. The real prison is down below, under the sea. Deku approached a large building that holds the elevator and opened the door with his telekinesis as he calmly walks through with his hands behind his back, noticing all the well-armed humans wearing some sort of black SWAT gear. These humans are clearly more armored than the prison guards he just massacred outside of this building. Deku briefly even acknowledged their very existence as he gazed around the large room that looks like a lobby for all the prison guards and staff that works on the lower levels of the prison. Not even a speck of dust can be seen. I might not have a high opinion on you humans, but you sure know how to run a prison. You have a very fascinating layout. Surrender, villain. You will go no further, one way or another. Only way you're getting any further is in a cell. Well, aren't we confident, monkey? What do you mean by that? You're all monkeys. You humans think yourself the center of the universe. I'm going to have to crush that belief. You're not. You're all monkeys. Primates, mere animals. Be brutally honest with you humans, what happens next won't be pretty or pleasant for you. Deku suddenly flash-stepped and reappeared in the middle of their SWAT team. Deku finger flicked the closest human on the helmet as his head exploded with blood and brain matter spraying all over the area. Deku's amusement, they immediately retaliated with their pathetic firearms that either just bounce off of his body or ricochet into the wall. A pointless effort in Deku's eyes. Deku no longer needs to hold back. He immediately begins to shoot them with his heat vision, killing the SWAT team instantly. Deku swiftly ripped off the head from the charging human. Deku killed the rest of them, breathing green fire out of his mouth and vaporizing them on the spot. As the biological android calmly walked towards the elevator and pressed a button, as he calmly waits, like he just didn't massacre everyone in the room, while whistling a catchy tune. As the doors to the elevator finally open up, Deku calmly walked out of the elevator. Let's try that again. As the elevator door finally opened up, Deku calmly walked into the elevator and pressed the only button as the elevator begins to descend down, going deeper and deeper until the elevator came to a stop at the lowest level. As the door finally slowly opens up, Deku was assaulted by a wave of energy beams coming from energy weapons that was fired upon him the moment the elevator door opened up. Deku calmly walks out of the elevator door while absorbing the energy beams that was fired upon him. Naturally, Deku returned the energy beams that was so kindly given to him back at them. Deku walked past them as their dead bodies begin to fall to the ground by the energy shot that was shot through their chests and heads. As a scent of burned flesh radiate the large hallway, Deku proceeds further into the prison, noticing all the dungeon-like cells. The cells itself is not very large, but large enough for one person. The door to the cells is a solid metal door with a combination mechanism that grants anyone access to the prisoner inside the cell. Each prisoner has their own unique combination. Deku noticed heavy resistance. He has no doubt he's near the man in charge of Tartarus, the warden of the prison. After their attempts were completely useless, suddenly Deku noticed all of the resistance that was trying to fight him from going further into prison suddenly stopped firing and began to lead him further in. He followed them to the office of the warden of the prison. He was an average-looking man with average build, wearing a black suit. "Are you here, villain? I highly doubt you're here to turn yourself in." Deku calmly took his seat by grabbing on one of the chairs and sat on the chair backwards, facing the back of the chair towards the warden, so they're facing face to face. "It's quite simple, human. I'm here to retrieve one of your prisoners." "You know I can't do that." "You can, and you will, human. No choice in the matter. Either give me the information willingly and spare your life and all the lives of your employees and live a little bit longer, or the second option, I could rip the information out of your mind, leaving you a comatose state and massacre everyone in this prison. Don't get yourself deluded, humans. You're going to die either way, by my hands or by my lovely creations that are running a rampage in your cities, in all the cities, on this specific on this prehistoric planet. You have no power here. I have all the cards. I already won. You're just too stupid to notice it yet. Don't you dare threaten me, boy. But you made a fatal flaw. Coming here alone. Capture him. As the warden ordered his men inside his office to subdue the villain, only for them to be pierced by black bone spikes into their chests, piercing right through their heart, killing them instantly. As everyone in the room besides the warden fell to the ground dead. Deku has his hand extended outwards towards the warden without even breaking eye contact. Like I said, human, you have no power here. No one on this pathetic, undeveloped, prehistoric planet can stop me. Hell, your most powerful of your species couldn't even challenge me properly. They're dead. Even Almighty All Might fell to me. And you think you could accomplish what All Might couldn't? Not even All for One could even stop me. Don't make me laugh. The warden was lifted up and flung to the wall as Deku calmly got off the chair and kept the human pinned to the wall with his telekinesis. I guess we're going with option 2 then. Before the warden could even respond, Deku, the biological android, forcibly entered his mind and began to siphon through his memories and ripping out the ones that he needed, purposely causing harm to his mind. He could easily get the information out without causing any damage to this human's mind, but Deku didn't like how arrogant the man was, so he's going to make this process as slow and painful as possible. The warden couldn't even scream. His mind was destroyed before he even acknowledged that he was feeling pain, leaving the man completely comatose on the ground. He's basically in a vegetated state. Deku pointed his index finger at the helpless warden and shot a beam of green energy through his fingertips, piercing the man through the heart, killing him instantly. The beam of energy left a small hole in the man's chest. Deku calmly walked out of the room and began to make his way towards where he needs to go. As he proceeds to make his way to the lower levels of Tartarus, only he has the location. He also has the combination to the door, to the Pacific prisoner he's looking for. He could easily rip the door off the wall, but he would rather open it normally, if he can. But to his annoyance, the humans proceed to resist him further entry into the deeper levels of the prison. Deku stopped his progress by a group of humans that are pushing all huddled up together as they separate, rolling out some sort of energy cannon. Interesting. Idiotic. I can't pronounce that right now. Idiotic of you. But interesting. Clearly, you haven't thought this through. Using a weapon like that underground, underneath the ocean. Brightest move. No matter. Give it your best shot, human. Deku watched the energy cannon immediately begin to charge up. A second later, the cannon fired a large beam of energy, came flying towards Deku, but instead of dodging or reflecting it, Deku simply absorbed the foreign energy into his body and shot it back with more focused large beams of energy that turned into several as the energy beams spreading out, killing every single one of the humans that's standing in his way, preventing any serious damage to the structure of the hallway. Deku noticed one of them survived, struggling, crawling away. Deku simply stomped his foot into the man's skull, crushing his head. Deku calmly walked off, not bothered whatsoever. After killing several more humans, he finally arrived. He easily began to put in the combination into the mechanism. As the door beginning the process of unlocking itself, Lady Nagant noticed her cell door is beginning to unlock during the process of at least unlocking. She didn't know why the guards are entering her cell. They never come by this time of day. But to her surprise, it wasn't a guard, it was a young teenager that looks about 16 or 17 years old, with long green hair and green eyes. Who are you supposed to be? You may call me Deku. Why are you here, Deku? I'm here to see if you're willing to join me. What are you, some sort of villain, hero? Vigilante? Lady Nagant's not fooled by the young appearance of Deku. She could tell in his eyes he's dangerous. Don't be mistaken. I am indeed one of the bad guys. I won't be your personal assassin. I won't be put in that situation again. I see. That's a shame. I was hoping to utilize your skills set, but no matter. Deku unshackled her bindings with his telekinesis. As the cork suppressor collar dropped to the ground, Lady Nagant found herself slowly sinking into a digital portal. What are you doing? Release me. Can't do that, human. I know what happened to you with the safety committee. Worry not. They're no longer an issue. They're already dead. But because I have respect for you, and for a human to accomplish that feat, it's a very rare occurrence. I will grant you another chance at life. You will not share the same fate of the rest of your species on this planet. You currently realize you are slowly sinking into one of my portals. I'm slowing down the process so we could have this little chat. I'm sending you to a different planet. A new start for you. This planet is called Earth. It is quite similar to this planet. They even have a country named the same as this one, Japan. He tossed her a flash drive filled with information about Earth and the structure of everything, including the heroes and the hero teams known as the Justice League. I would advise you to take a look at this flash drive as soon as you can. It has vital information, so you have an easier time on Earth. But I don't understand why you're doing this. You could easily kill me and be done with it. I was helpless before you released my shackles. What you say is true, Lady Nagant. I would prefer you to join me. I'm a bit disappointed, but I would never force you to do something you don't want to. Like I said, you have earned my respect. I'm very aware why the safety committee turned on you, because They want you to kill non-combatants, women and children, and you refuse. It shows you have morals. Keep true to yourself, human. You're going to need that where you're going. As she was sunk fully into the portal, when Deku finally made his way out of Tartarus, he was stopped by one of his crashing mechanical dragons slamming into the street as a very angry hero stomped to the ground in her dragon form. Ryuko shifted back into her normal state in front of Deku, clearly pissed. She has a close bond with Mirako. She thought of her as a sister, and the news of her disappearance disheartened her quite a bit. Where is she, villain? We're gonna have to be more specific, Hira. Mirako, where are you holding her? She's far out of your reach, Hira. If you impress me, I might take you where she is. Deku, noticing his mechanical dragon finally repaired itself, Deku ordered the mechanical dragon to continue on what he was doing before it was attacked by this hero. You weren't in my plans originally, nor was the other human. If I add a pro hero to the mix, it will definitely stir things up on Earth, but I'll wait until I know what she can do. He was broken of his inner thoughts by the charging female pro hero. Deku immediately began to redirect her punches and kicks with the palm of his hand. Deku's just testing the waters to see how skilled this pro hero is in hand-to-hand combat. Deku clearly noticed this hero is strong, fast, agile, and has a natural fighting talent. Deku got curious on how strong her strikes really are, so he allowed one of her punches to get through his guard. The moment her fist made contact with Deku's face, he was sent skidding backwards. Deku immediately created exploding fireballs with one motion of his hand, as all of the green exploding fireballs came flying towards the pro hero. Ryuko began to evade the large fireballs. Ryuko might have been able to dodge a direct hit, but the after effect of the explosion did damage her nevertheless. Nothing too serious. Ryuko cut the distance, trying to prevent him from using any more of those fireballs to begin to engage with the villain with the hand-to-hand combat once again. But to her shock and annoyance, her opponent's blocking every attempt with the palm of his hand by slapping her strikes and kicks away with the back of his hand, further irritating her. Deku moved so fast that Ryuko couldn't even see where he went, as he landed a devastating palm strike in the middle of her chest, sending the Dragoon hero into several buildings. When the hero resurfaced from the destroyed building, she was in her full dragon form, charging at Deku. But she never made it halfway to her desired target, as she charged right into a digital portal, disappearing from this planet and transported into the planet Earth, somewhere in the North Pole. What are you planning, my adorable familiar? As Child appeared right next to Deku, teleporting another one of these heroes to Earth. I just wanted to spice things up. If I know the heroes, and I do know these heroes from this planet, they'll most likely find each other and make a hero team. Who knows? If we're lucky enough, they might clash with the Justice League. Gives me more toys to play with when I finally get to Earth. Very well, my adorable familiar. Come with me. I want to check out the larger mana source on this planet before you start siphoning and killing the planet slowly. I noticed that as well. Because I'm your familiar, I can sense magic, and I can sense a very large source coming in the direction of that forest just outside the city limits. What are you planning to do when we arrive at this location? To this magic source, as Deku opened a digital portal closer to the source of the magical energy, in front of the entrance to the forest. Don't know yet. I still need to determine what this magic source is. I could feel it's powerful and old from here. I'm going to have to wait until I know what I'm fully dealing with. Both entered the portal, then reappeared right in front of the entrance of the forest, basically. Disappearing from the city. And that's where we're going to stop it. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judged by time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.